Alright guys, so welcome. I will be teaching you two different programming languages, the basic syntax of both languages. We're doing JavaScript and Python. Um, well, let's just dive right into it and we can slowly, maturely explain things to you. So let's define a function in JavaScript. In order to do that, there are many ways, but one of the most common ways is this way. So variable phys equals function, and that's it. So you assign the variable phys to a function. Function is always sort of ending these two parentheses. In Python, it's also a little bit more simple. You do def phys open close parentheses and colon, and that's it. As you can tell, once you click enter at the end of the colon, it moved a tab ahead of that function. So in JavaScript, everything within these two brackets belongs to that function. So a function encapsulates a task, and the task will be within these two brackets. In Python is the same concept, but Python doesn't have the brackets. It goes within spaces. So everything that's a tab ahead of the method belongs to that method. So right here, as you can tell, it was a tab ahead and it belongs to that function. Now, what we want to do is pass in a number to this function. So our function is going to determine if a number is divisible by 2. So what we want to do is pass in a number to that function. So we can throw in any variable. We can say, let's say the variable num. Same thing in here, num. Now this is just a variable. You want to determine whatever the number you're passing into the function is divisible by 2. So we do if open parentheses num mod 2 equals 0. We want to open brackets. Remember, this encapsulates a task. So now within this if statement, you want to have a task. Now the task is to print something. So we would do console.log yes it is. Now if it's not, we would have an else brackets console.log no it's not. As you can tell, the brackets again encapsulates the task, and in this else statement, the task was to just print no it's not. So it goes into the function and it does this if statement. So if the number, whatever the number is divisible by 2, how do you tell if it's divisible by 2? Mod 2 will give you the remainder. Any number is divisible by a certain number if the remainder is 0. So if the mod 2 finds you the remainder, so if the number mod 2 is equal to 0, you want to print yes it is, and if it's not, no it's not. Now this will, if you run this file, it would do absolutely nothing because we never called on our function. We just defined what our function is, but in order to run that function, we have to call on the function. And in JavaScript, we would just do phys, and because we are expecting a number, we will pass, because we are expecting a number, and this is a variable, we would pass in a number, let's say 80. We would save that. Now it's going to take in 80 and assign it to the variable number. Now if number is mod 2, so at this time 80 divided by 2 is equal to 0. If it's divisible by 2 is equal, if it's divisible by 2, you will print something. In order to check that, we would go right here. See, as you can tell, I have my two files, next.js and Python. So in order to run JavaScript, you would do node next.js. In order to get Node on a Mac, you just have to do brew install Node. On Windows, I'm not 100% sure, but there is Google. You can just Google how to install Node. So let's run this file, node next, enter, and it says yes it is because we passed in 80. And if we do something like 85 and run that same file, and it said no it's not, because 85, it takes in this number, passes assigns it a variable number and checks if it's divisible by 2, no, and the only option is if it's not divisible by 2, I just want to say no, it's not. Now in Python, remember, we have to tab into that method in order for us to be within that method. We would do if num, we don't need parentheses like we did in JavaScript. So if num mod 2 equals 0 colon, remember right after the colon we went one tab ahead automatically into that, so now everything within a tab ahead of this if statement belongs to the if statement. So we would do print yes it is. Now if it's not, you want to get out of that if statement, you want to do an else and print no it's not. And in order to run the function, you would just do the same thing as JavaScript. You would pass in a number, so let's try 85 because we know 85 is not divisible by 2. Save that. Go into our console ls, and I have Python 3. Python 2 is just a simple syntax differences. So in Python 2, you wouldn't need, I think, the parentheses around, but you can upgrade to Python 3 and just use the newer syntax. Python 3 tty.py, and it says, oh, I wrote no it's now, no it's not, and there you go, no it's not. And if we check something that is, it would work for that. So these are two different syntaxes how to write a basic function that just determines if a number is divisible by 2. As we progress, we will learn and go more in depth with syntax along with lists, dictionaries, and all sorts of things as I continue to make more videos. Well, until next time.